7:03.
I don't.
7:03, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Opening roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
Here.
Mrs. Coons?
Here.
Ms. Snyder?
Here.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Here.
Ms. Anderson?
Here.
Mr. Ray?
Here.
Awesome. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We are looking first for a motion to accept minutes from November 20th, 2023 council meeting as presented, not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept minutes from November 20th, 2023 council meeting as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Thanks, Sam. We're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from November 18th, 2023 to December 1st, 2023, totaling $660 as presented, not read, please.
I'll make, oh, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to accept purchase orders from November 18th, 2023 to December 1st, 2023, totaling $660 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept bills from November 18th, 2023 to December 1st, 2023, totaling $372,894 as presented, not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept bills from November 18th, 2023 to December 1st, 2023, totaling $372,894 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept November 2023 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept November 2023 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move next into the reading of ordinances and resolutions, please.
Resolution number 7310-2023, a resolution approving the mayor to enter into an agreement with Great Lakes Community Action Partnership. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, and State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves the mayor to enter into an agreement with Great Lakes Community Action Partnership. Section 2, the agreement will become effective January 31st, 2024, and will continue in effect through January 31st, 2027. The agreement is attached here to and made part of as if fully written herein. Section 3, that is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4 of this resolution shall take full force and effect on and after the earliest period allowed by law. Resolution number 7319-2023, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the County of Summit for pavement maintenance located in the Village of Lakemore. Whereas the public interest of the Village of Lakemore requires the regular maintenance of roadways located in the Village of Lakemore, said improvement being referenced herein as the project. And whereas Summit County Engineer and the Village of Lakemore desire to enter into an agreement to confirm the project's construction cost and to designate the County of Summit as the lead agency for administration of competitive bidding, and the Village of Lakemore as the lead agency for construction and construction engineering of the project. And whereas this council has determined by reviewing all pertinent information that authorizing the mayor to enter into the aforementioned agreement with County of Summit is necessary and in the best interest of the Village of Lakemore. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio, Section 1, the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into an agreement with the County of Summit through the Summit County Engineer for its 2024 road paving and maintenance program. Section 2, a copy of the agreement is attached here to and incorporated herein as if fully written. Section 3, that it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7320-2023, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Summit County Public Defenders Commission for defense of indigents in the Akron Municipal Court for a period of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Whereas the Village of Lakemore requires legal counsel in the Akron Municipal Court relative to the defense of indigent persons, and whereas the Summit County Public Defenders Commission possesses the requisite qualifications needed to provide such services. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, and State of Ohio. Section 1, the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into a contract with the Summit County Public Defenders Commission for the defense of indigents in the City of Akron Municipal Court for the period of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Section 2, the cost for such services shall be a sum not to exceed $210 per case for 2024. Section 3, the representation of indigent persons shall not exceed the fee schedule in effect and adopted by Summit County, Ohio. Section 4, a copy of this contract is attached hereto and made part of as if fully written herein. Section 5, a certified copy of this resolution shall accompany the contract signed by the mayor and shall be forwarded to the Summit County Public Defenders Commission. Section 6, that is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 7, this resolution shall take full force and effect on and after the earliest period allowed by law. Resolution number 7321-2023, a resolution approving the village administrator to apply for the Ohio's Urban Forestry Grant Program. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, council approves the village administrator to apply for the Ohio's Urban Forestry Grant Program. This grant is intended to benefit small communities and any community without an existing, well-developed urban forestry program. Section 2, a copy of the application guidelines is attached hereto and made part hereof as if fully written herein. The application deadline is December 29th, 2023. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Ordinance number 1833-2023. An ordinance to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, Section 1, that to provide for current expenses and other expenditures of the said Village of Lakemore during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024, the following sums be, and they are hereby set aside and appropriated as follows, in accordance with the attached list. Section 2, that there be appropriated general Program 1, Security of Persons and Property, Police Salaries and Benefits, $639,809.98. Contractual Professional and Supplies, $106,000. Total Police, $745,809.98. Fire Salaries and Benefits, $163,406.46. Contractual Professional Supplies, $33,990. Total Fire, $197,396.46. Total for Program 1, $943,206.44. Program 2, Leisure Time Activities and Parks. Total Program 2, $31,000. Program 3, Community Environment, Zoning, Salaries and Benefits, $13,195.48. Material Supplies, Contractual Services, $480. Total Program 3, $13,675.48. Program 4, General Government, Total Mayor, $13,724. Total Council, $26,814.40. Total Finance, $64,913.17. Total Land and Building, $136,002.00. Total BZA, $1,250. Total Audit Tax Fees, $65,592. Total Solicitor, $30,000. Total Bank Fees, $1,000. Total Other Charges, $5,000. Transfers out, $275,712.87. Total for Program 4, $620,008.44. Total general expenses, $1,607,890.36. Special revenues, street maintenance and repair, 2011. Salaries and benefits, $99,239.60. Material supplies, contractual services, $80,600. Total street maintenance, $179,839.60. Lakemore Fire Department grants, 2,052. Total, $10,000. American Rescue Act Fund, 2053. Total, $40,000. Permissive tax, 2101. Total, $15,000. Police Disability and Pension, 2131. Total, $19,320. Emergency Medical Services, 2901. EMS Salaries and Benefits, $89,567.34. EMS Materials, Supplies, Contractual Services, $30,030. Total EMS expenses, $119,597.34. Lakemore Fire Department donations, 2903. Total, $1,200. Fire EMS Levy Fund, 2904. Fire levy salaries and benefits, $379,341. Levy materials, supplies, contractual services, $17,000. Capital outlay, $7,000. Total fire levy expenses, $403,341. Bond retirement, 3101, $275,712.87. Note principal, 3101, $500,000. Total bond, $775,712.87. Capital improvement, 4901. Capital improvement roads, $150,000. Total special revenue, $1,714,010.81. Enterprise funds, water operating fund, 5101. Water salaries and benefits, $199,463.52. Water materials, supplies, contractual services, $320,980. Debt services, $48,659.58. Total water expenses, $569,103.10. Sanitary sewer operating fund, 5201. Sewer salary and benefits, $138,548.21. Sewer materials, supplies, contractual services, $1,686,750. Sewer capital improvement, $70,000. Total sewer expenses, $1,895,298.21. Trash services fund, 5601. Trash salary and benefits, $39,772.22. Trash materials, supplies, contractual services, $264,960. Total trash expenses, $304,732.22. Storm sewer operating fund, 5701. Storm fees and materials, $12,346.07. Total storm expenses, $12,346.07. Total enterprise funds, $2,780,479.60. Special agency funds, enterprise deposits, 5781, total $1,000. CRA ERA deposits, fund 9201, total $3,500. Total special agency funds, $4,500. 2024 budget totals, $6,106,880.77. Section 3, and the village fiscal officer is hereby authorized to draw warrants on the village treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers therefore, approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of council to make the expenditure, provided that no warrant shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except to persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon a full 2/3 vote of council for items of expense constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by other specific appropriations herein made. Section 4 of this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance shall go into effect immediately.
Thank you, Tracy. Okay, we're going to move next into the mayor's report. And first and foremost, I would like to say, thank you so much to our safety services and department heads for getting us through a pretty rough week. We had a very terrible fire on Saturday, the 25th of November, and it took out everything in the village here from that household. And by the grace of God and the quick response of our safety services, the fire didn't pass through to any other residents, and we're very lucky for that. And we're very thankful for our safety services department, thankful to God for keeping them all safe, and there wasn't a fatality in the house, thank God. I'm not sure if all the animals made it out okay. I hadn't heard, I don't know if anybody heard that, but there were no human casualties that evening, and that's a blessing. And then just 5 days later, we had a terrible accident on Sanitarium Road that took out electric in a large part of the village. And that was a very dangerous scenario also for our safety services. So to our fire department and our police department and all department heads, you especially also, Tracy, and both chiefs and the DOPS guys who went out there and handled so much of that accident and the cleanup. And just a quick response from everybody is commendable. And I can't say enough how lucky we are to have you, Chief, and you, Tracy, and you, Shane, and all the other safety services and employees of the village of Lakemore. They're so loyal and dedicated and so good, and it's a blessing that we have them. And I want to thank the good Lord in heaven that nobody was severely hurt in any of those situations. And I pray for everyone's protection every day. So that's my first announcement, and then I just want to wrap it up with Lakemore Food Pantry will operate on Wednesday, December 20th from 5 to 6 p.m. at Lakemore United Methodist Church. And I just want to remind everyone, we do get funded primarily from the recycling of cardboard and paper. Christmas is coming up, so if you'd like to save your cardboard and paper, we'll be glad to take it from you in the bins at the lower lot of Lakemore United Methodist Church. And that's all I have for the time being, so we'll start with Council President Mrs. Cochran for council reports.
I really didn't have anything to say, but then you triggered something when you were speaking. Not only all those wonderful people that you thanked that helped with the power loss for hours, but also someone that we have to keep in mind are the linemen that came out.
Yes.
And I'm especially going to say that because my nephew was one of the ones that was working.
For hours, he
for
was here.
hours down at the church. Roger,
Yes.
yeah.
We love
And
Rhonda.
so he just got home after working, night and day when they lost power up here by the high school at noon on a separate other event that happened. And I called him and I'm like, get up here and get this fixed. Well, there was, people that were sick, I guess, on a ventilator up there and stuff. But you just never know. So I want to thank all of the linemen who also worked hard that night. And that's all I have.
Well, and I meant to thank the good citizens and residents of Lakemore too for their patience and understanding. I mean, a lot of people were put out for many hours and it was cold, and I want to thank everyone for their understanding for the different circumstances that come up. I mean, it's not easy, and we appreciate the patience and understanding always. Okay, thanks. I'm sorry. Thanks, Laura. Nikki.
Well, I just want to thank everyone who came to our Christmas event because we had such a wonderful night. And I just really want to thank Lakemore United Methodist Church because we have been borrowing that church since we've had no municipal building for the last few months. And I'd have to say we've had some great turnouts with everything that we've done there. And we really appreciate everyone for letting us use the church. But also, we had a great night in Lakemore. It was always a good night. Besides the fire, which happened to be on the same night. And thank everyone who was there to help that family. And it's been back to back. It really seems like it's been a lot at one time. So I know that you guys have all been so busy. We're, like Richard said, we're so lucky to have so many people in this community. We care so much about each other. When things happen, we all just want to make sure everyone's okay. We were all at the event looking, and we're just like, oh my gosh, we could see it from the church,
Right,
the
the
fire.
flames.
It was awful. Yeah, so besides that horrible thing that happened, we had a good time. Everybody on our side was okay, and I just want to thank everyone for coming and participating. So that's all I have.
Nikki, the fact that the police or the fire department was right there at the church probably cut off about a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably cut off a minute in lead time getting there. I mean, so.
I mean, that was
Probably actually
scary.
was able to see the fire before the call actually.
Yeah, probably, right?
I know, we were just we're like, wait a minute.
What is that?
We could see it. It was awful. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
quick response was definitely a big part of that. So we're
Amen.
so grateful for that.
Amen, Nikki, thank you. And your second to the last meeting as a
I know.
councilwoman, 12 years.
She's like, don't make me cry, Richard. It's not even my last meeting, okay?
She's like, that's the last one.
Second to the last. But yeah, I'm thankful for all our safety forces and all our caring people we have in this village. And I'm also thankful for Spectrum 1020.
Who's gonna read your part, Ian?
I don't
We're
know
gonna have
yet.
to find someone
Yeah, someone will have to step in and read their announcement. And I have it here. And Springfield and Lakemore Community Channel 1023 is proud to serve our communities by providing access to local government meetings and programming and information of community events. Tune in to Spectrum 1023 for recent programming. To view the current schedule, tune into the channel or go online to springfieldtownship.us or the Facebook page. Community members can access all current and past programming on demand via our new YouTube channel, which they've had for, well, it's not quite so new, but it's fairly new. And you can find that by searching Springfield Lakemore Community Channel. More community information is available on Facebook, Instagram, and X, which was Twitter before, and their blog. Please let us know of any event or activity in the Lakemore and Springfield communities that you would like to see on the community channel by contacting your government officials. Please let us know how we can best serve you. And thank you, Frank, Jim, and Dan. And the following programs are running on the channel: the Lakemore Council meetings from November and the Springfield Trustees meeting from the 9th of November, the Springfield Fall Sports Awards from the 16th, and the Springfield Board of Education meeting from the 21st. And thanks again. And that's all I have for that.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Ann.
Ann. Ron?
I'd just like to bring up, you brought about the fire department and their quick response. I'd also like to thank the neighboring departments that also showed
Yes,
up. We had
absolutely,
Mogadore, Suffield, Green, Coventry. I mean, when that alarm goes off, it's not just one department, it's all of them are coming.
Yeah,
They were
And-
quick.
And they were quick, absolutely.
and that could have got so out of hand
Oh,
so
yeah.
quick.
Houses were so close and, I mean, you're right, it could have been a lot worse. But I'd also like to announce the next council meeting will be December 18th and Tuesday, January 2nd, each of those at 7. And a reminder, Tuesday, January 2nd will be held at the new administrative offices.
Moving in.
We're moving in, that's right. And with that, I'll just let you have that.
Alrighty. I just have, we're looking for volunteers for the Spartan Snack Pack for our monthly packing. This month is going to be a little different because of the way that it falls. The packing is actually going to be on Monday, the 18th, instead of the normal third Thursday. I will be here for council, but our pantry manager, vice president, and all the other volunteers that help us and stuff, we will be at Boyer Administration Kindergarten Center at 6 p.m. So if anyone would like to come help pack for the Spartan Snack Pack for next month's distributions, that would be greatly appreciated. So with that is all I have.
How about your Lakeview?
How'd that go?
Oh,
Lakemore?
yes.
Yeah, that was a really nice
Oh
event.
my gosh, how could I forget that? Yes. I actually would like to thank Lakemore Lighthouse Community Center or Church. They had a Pictures with Santa Claus this Saturday on the 2nd, and I am going to be picking up the donations that
Right,
everyone had made. Be picking that up on Wednesday. So a lot of cute pictures was online, so it looked like a well turned out event. So I would like to give a thanks to the new pastor there and his wife and all that they did to help the Spartan Snack Pack. So
It was a really nice event.
yeah. I knew there was
Good
something, but
enough.
I'm like, what am I forgetting? So thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me. I wanted to make sure I thanked them, so.
Cool. Thanks, Heather. Councilman Ray.
Did we do workshop? Yeah.
No.
All right, cool. The next council workshop is going to be December 13th and December 26th. Those are both at 6 p.m. I know that we touched on the event, but I do want to thank Nikki and Tracy specifically. Tracy, you were there very early in the day to decorate, and you too, Nikki.
We always have so much fun. It's become our tradition, right, Tracy?
All of your kids and
We
your
have a
husband were
tradition
there.
now.
It was
We
great.
got it down.
Thank you, Sam.
By the time that I gave
Nikki
like,
brought like all of her Christmas decorations
seriously,
from home.
yeah.
I did. I literally just brought them all.
Tree and her-
Courtesy of Nikki / Goodwill for
Yes.
all this Christmas
Shout out to the
knickknacks.
Goodwill.
But yeah, I do want to give you a special thank you for that, and anybody that brought the cookies.
Yes.
I know that like the majority of them were gone. So
The
it's-
Army Navy Club brought 6 dozen cookies too.
wow.
That was
That's
so
so
nice
cool,
of them,
yeah.
I
right?
didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
It
guys.
was nice of
Yeah,
them.
it was really cool, and everybody that helped and brought the crafts for it too. So
Yeah,
that
we
was
did,
a
too.
hit.
A special shout out to the Grinch, who I might
The
know.
Grinch was there. And special shout out to Santa. That
Yeah, Santa.
yeah. For
Thank you,
everybody's
Sam.
wishes.
And of course the horse.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
the horse,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody loves
It's a nice
that.
event.
Um,
It was.
Anything else?
Good fun.
Yeah, I have one more. I just want to announce that, so last week, we had a meeting with AMATS in Springfield, and we went over a lot of details, right, to hopefully work together to do more with the Spartan Trail, as well as bring some new sidewalks into Lakemore on some of like the most important paths, right? So, I mean, it's at the not very beginning stages, but I mean, it's still like, it's a little earlier on, and then we'll have to work together to help find funding for this. But it's such a cool opportunity, and I'm very excited that we can all, multiple communities come in this together for the betterment of safety of the children, and also just like the enrichment of the village as a whole.
Amen, Sam.
Tracy, did you want to speak anything
No, I'm
specific?
They'll have the report done probably by the end of January, and then they'll help us start applying for funding. But it's been really great, and Springfield Township, Springfield local schools, and Lakemore have all worked really well together on this. So
They had some really great ideas.
yeah, yeah.
Well, just sidewalks on Sanitarium, I think everyone pretty much could
Sidewalks,
agree
yeah.
with.
Sidewalks,
We're trying.
lighting,
Yeah.
better signage.
Yeah.
Things when you're here all the time, you don't always think of.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Right.
We're
Some really
trying.
good
Yep.
intuitive ways that are like cost effective
Yeah.
as much as possible. But I just appreciate Dustin Boswell was here, as well as Shelley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate the trustees and trustee-elect that was able to come as well.
Yeah.
So,
It was nice to have
all
everybody in the
hands-on.
same room working on such a big thing together, you know?
Yeah.
You're
I
not
mean,
trying to
because
cut
it's
each
not
other's
just for
throat.
Lakemore,
Right.
it's for all of
Well,
us,
there's
you
gonna
know?
be a lot more of that.
Yeah.
I look forward to that. We really.
oh gosh, was that last Wednesday?
I'm gonna go here.
Was it?
Tuesday's our workshop.
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Wednesday.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday, was it
Tuesday.
Because it was the last meeting for
Yeah.
the last
week of
workshop, so that's
November?
Tuesday.
Something.
Yeah.
Mayor,
Something like
Yes,
that.
do we need to go? out
Let's
of
do
the
it.
reg- Okay,
Do you want to go on a?
the regular order of business.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to go out of the
Okay.
regular order of business.
Sure.
I'll second.
Thank
Roll call,
you.
please. Oh, for the purpose of
For the purpose of
accommodation.
accommodation to someone very deserving.
Nice. Second. Roll call, please.
All right. Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Kuntz?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I would like for our chief of police for the village of Lakemore to come forward. And the microphone is yours. I'm not sure where it is, Frank, but the microphone is yours. Oh, right at the podium, I guess. Yep, that's good. I should know this by now. I'm sorry.
Hold up mine.
Shaking
Moving
his head.
into a new building.
Failing.
The mayor and council's already announced about the fire that we had in the village on the 25th of November on Martha Avenue. But I'd like to recognize Officer Shane Slater, who was the first officer on scene. Officer Slater ensured that the residents of the house was outside in their safe area. And even though the elderly woman had to be transported to the burn ward at Akron Children's Hospital, the male that was there was not dressed for the weather. It was cold out, of course you know, who was up at the church that night. Officer Slater took his patrol jacket off and gave it to him to keep him warm. And it's that type of empathy and concern is what I want to see out of my officers. And I'm proud that Officer Slater is a member of my department. So with that being said, Officer Slater, here's a letter of commendation for your service and what you did that night up on North Avenue. Thanks, Chief.
Yes, can you get a picture?
Laura, did you get a good one for Carolyn?
Thanks.
I hope. We'll see. Okay. Officer Slater, thank you so much for always stepping up and stepping in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Helping us every which way. Chief, thanks for everything, all that you do, all your training and leadership, and we couldn't do it, obviously without you. You're amazing, amazing asset, both of you. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion and to go back into the regular order of business.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Okay. Where are we? Nobody's appearing,
old
right, Sam?
business.
Nobody's appearing? Okay, old business, we got one item. Mr. Strittmatter, the floor is yours.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7310-2023, a resolution approving the mayor to enter into the agreement with Great Lakes Community Action Partnership.
Second.
Take your pick.
Oh, I didn't, sorry.
Roll call, please.
Didn't hear.
Okay. Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
There's no.
There's no.
Oh, just kidding. I'm so used to emergency.
Actually, I think that's all we have.
We have a
Yeah.
new thing. No. Or a motion, I'd like to make,
No.
oh,
week.
okay, next
Okay.
week. Never mind.
At
We don't
this-
have
at
anything,
this point,
sorry.
I don't think that we have a reason to go into an executive session.
But I won't
So
get to it.
I will
Oh,
make a
can
motion to
read it next
adjourn.
time.
Second that one.
Nice.
There you go.
Roll call,
Look
please.
at that.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr.
I
Strittmatter?
want to stay longer.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
All right.
Thank
Adjourned.
you. Thank you, everybody.
Good meeting.
Never a dull moment with us.
I think we talked about this before.